Midnight Deep Dive. Ich weiß gar nicht, wie lange das geht auch. Also es ist auf jeden Fall mit anschließendem Q&A. Vorher zeigen die, glaube ich, ein bisschen was aus der Alpha oder wie weit die jetzt sind, was es für Dungeons gibt und so. Oh, süß.
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
Here at the end of The War Within, the first dramatic chapter of the World Soal Saga, we've seen the adventure take us into the depths of the world, and even to worlds cast out into the great dark beyond. We've seen our villain Xalatath running around and amassing untold power. We've seen her siphon the energies of Dalaran, and even those of the black blood beneath Azj-Kahet. And recently, Xalatath assumed the power of the last Void Lord, Dimensius. So the question remains, what will she do with all that power? And what are her intentions
Gibt's bestimmt im Shop.
relative to
Gibt
our
auch diesen Home
precious
Sweet Hope
World Soul?
Krug im Shop. Aber
So
nicht den,
now,
den die Creator bekommen
as
haben.
midnight descends, and the second, darker chapter of our trilogy begins, Xalatath has
Noch
returned
darker.
to Azeroth, leading an army known as the Devouring Host, intent on snuffing out the light of the Sunwell and plunging the world into darkness.
Ey,
You,
aber können wir mal
the
sagen, was für
heroes
eine
of
geile Hut der
Azeroth,
da gerade sitzt?
will be
Das ist so
set
cool.
on a collision course with Xalatath to save not only Azeroth itself, but everything that is.
Der hat quasi in seinem eigenen Housing gesessen. Das ist so cool.
Hi everyone. As we kick off our Midnight Alpha, we'd like to give you all a deep dive into what's in store. We want to recap everything we've shared so far, along with some brand new details. Today we're going to talk about the story of Midnight, as well as the zones, dungeons, delves, and raids that await if you want to save our world from Xalatath. We're also going to talk about some big new features coming in Midnight, like Prey and the Devourer Demon Hunter specialization.
Die sagen immer
And of course,
Xalata.
let's not forget
Das ist ganz
housing.
stumm hinten. Das
Thank you so much for joining us today. And as always, thank you for being a part of this amazing community, for choosing to spend your time in Azeroth and with each other. Now, without further ado, let's see what's in store for our home away from home. After all, it's nearly midnight.
5 vor 12, Leute. 5 vor 12.
The void storm rages in the sky, a surging vortex of shadow and chaos. Xalatath has returned. Wielding the dark heart, she carves a path of destruction through once tranquil lands. Her all-consuming goal, devour the heavens, blot out all light, and bring about her midnight. It is in the shadow of this swirling storm that the defenders of Azeroth must rally once more. For peace, for the light, for the good. This is not a battle. It is a reckoning. At the Sunwell, that eternal bastion of light and hope, Lady Liadrin and Lord Themar Theron lead the Blood Elves as they prepare to make their final stand. Because across all worlds and all stories, one thing never changes. Home is worth fighting for. Welcome to World of Warcraft Midnight.
Muss mal
Your
aufpassen,
story
dass ich
begins
heule
on
bei
the Isle
sowas.
of Quel'Danas. In the
Alpha
immediate
footage.
aftermath of Xalatath's invasion, the Sunwell surges with light, calling out to all heroes of Azeroth for aid, while the vile creatures of the Void wage a relentless assault in the hopes of extinguishing it once and for all. Flying monstrosities attack from darkened skies, and malign foes manifest without warning to wreak havoc across the plateau. Stand true with the champions of Azeroth as they mount a desperate defense against this invasion. For if the Sunwell falls, so too does the world.
Ah, das ist einfach zu cool.
The defense of the Sunwell leads you directly into Silver Moon City. But not the one you know. The renewed light of the Sunwell symbolizes Silvermoon's revitalization, shining over a city fully restored to a thrumming, living capital. Familiar landmarks gleam with fresh polish, while new areas like the Sanctum of Light and the Garden of Remembrance offer countless nooks and stories to explore.
Und da darf die Allianz jetzt auch mit rein, nehme
Inside
ich
the
mal an.
city walls, the threat of Xalatath's war draws the Alliance and Horde into wary cooperation, with shared spaces hosting common services like trainers, the auction house, vendors, and more. Around a third of the city remains off-limits to those under the Lion's
Nein,
banner,
raus mit
so the
euch.
Alliance allegiant should tread lightly or risk being attacked on sight. Outside the city walls, however, is where your role in the fight against the Void really begins to take shape. The strength of the Sunwell infuses Eversong Woods with restorative energy, healing much of the damage of wars past and filling the zone with new growth and new life. All of what you remember of this lush, thriving forest is here. But Eversong is also a reimagined landscape of increased scale and greater beauty. Most noticeably, the Ghostlands and Eversong Woods are now joined into one large zone, which is itself joined to the Eastern Kingdoms. Eversong's flourishing fluorescence is not without complication. Though the Sunwell's light is a boon to the environment, its surging power causes pockets of light bloom, small groves of light-enriched growth, to experience surges
Sieht das
of their
hübsch
own.
aus.
The light bloom's rampant propagation,
Guck dir mal die
if left
Vögel an.
unchecked, threatens
Ich
to
nenn's mal
smother
Vögel.
all life under an overgrown tangle. Your adventures through
Ich muss
Eversong
sagen,
will
schon
have you
richtig toll, wie
investigating
sehr
the
du dich
light
immer
bloom,
über so Ankündigungen
dealing with
freust.
the
Das macht richtig
aftermath of a
Spaß.
Hawkstrider chick gone wild,
Wie alles dann
helping a
über
suspicious
schlecht
apothecary
machen. Weiß
with
nicht, wenn du
questionable
meinst,
motives,
Kilo.
untangling the secrets of two feuding nobles, and even getting caught up in a sinister murder plot, alongside Magister Umbric as he works to crack the secrets of the Void.
Aber es ist halt so, da steckt so viel Arbeit drin.
It is
Deswegen
up to
finde ich es auch
you
immer so
how
schade, wenn
your
die Leute
story
die
progresses
Quests
beyond
nicht mal
Eversong
lesen. Die
Woods,
wissen überhaupt nicht, was
with
die da
3
machen,
available
wofür,
paths you
weswegen.
can tackle in any order. Brave the ancient troll kingdom of Zulaman. Investigate the gnarled hidden roots of Harandar. Or accompany Arator on his journey to better understand the light, the void, and himself. Zulaman finds the Armani troll empire at one of its lowest points. The homeland of warlord Zuljin, Zulaman was once a place where Loa bestowed to the Armani their godly strength, and were devoutly revered in kind. The temples still stand, weathered but proud. The eagle, the lynx, the dragonhawk, and the bear. Ascend wind-swept sky-scraping peaks, explore ruins shrouded in fog, traverse stormy wilds
das klingt
teeming
schon
with
cool,
vicious
ne?
beasts, and
Soll
accompany
ich die lesen? Hab doch
Zuljara,
dich zum
granddaughter
Vorlesen.
of
Ja,
Zul
okay.
Jin, and the pragmatic pillar of strength now leading the Armani, as she seeks a means to save her people from void-aligned cultists and the monsters they revere. The Armani are invaluable allies in the defense against Xalatath's invading force. If you help them fight for their home, they
das hab
will
ich gar
help
nicht
you
gesehen,
fight
ne?
for yours.
Oh,
At the
Alter, kam auch
confluence of the
gewährt.
world tree's roots
Nida!
lies an impossible
Guck mal, die sehen
primordial
aus wie kleine
jungle known as
Kolibris
Harandar.
mit ihrem langen
It is here that
Schnapp.
Azeroth's
Oh,
entire
hübsch.
history wraps, twists, and braids, a literal entanglement of all that has been and all that will be. Harandar is a land of magical, powerful growth. Fungal towers, glowing moss bridges, and entire villages sprout from
Ist
Harandar's
die
wild,
Heimat von der neuen
organic
Rasse?
fabrics.
Ja, oder? Von dem
The
neuen
pulsing
Volk.
heart of this
Entschuldigung,
knotted
neues Volk.
tangle is the cradle, once the domain of a nascent goddess, long vanished, and now the home
Ja.
of the Haranir, who have for
Haranir. Ich hab mir
generations
das-
lived
merk mir das
secretly
irgendwie nicht,
under
wie die
its
heißen.
soothing light. The reclusive Haranir are a proud and insular people. They have long avoided interfering in matters of the world above, but Xalatath's destructive ambition does not stop at the surface, and the Haranir can no longer afford the luxury of neutrality. There is another way you can help with the defense of Azeroth against Xalatath's cruel machinations. Accompany Erator, son of Turalian and Aleria Windrunner, on a continent-spanning journey in the hopes of bolstering the Sunwell and strengthening the vanguard of the light. This story-driven adventure finds you traveling with Erator as he searches for sacred relics and attempts to peel back the mysteries of the void, all while grappling with his own relationships to his family and the light. Erator's mission brings new experiences to familiar locations. Defend Light's Hope Chapel from an attack by Scourge forces. Fight through the darkened corridors of Scarlet Monastery to put to rest those who would pervert the light for their own nefarious gain. And work with Sunwalker Desmond in Hammerfall to help Erator in discovering the paladin he aspires to become. Erator's story reaches its climax in the shadow of Blackrock Mountain, when alongside the Sons of Lothar, he must face the weight of his father's legacy and decide once and for all whether he is willing to rise to meet it. The raging center of an unraveling shadowy maelstrom and the epicenter of Zalatath's power, Voidstorm overflows with violence,
wie krass das aber auch verteilt ist, das Add-on, oder?
Wenn das nicht so eigentlich kacki ist und Sally recht hat. Gravity becomes untethered and tethers again. Insatiable void creatures known as Dominar stalk the storm, each one as unique and ancient as it is hateful and hungry. They carry on their eternal
jetzt weiß ich auch, woran die mich erinnern, an den einen Typen aus Avengers,
hubs of the malicious dark
Dr.
energy
Strange entführt
Zalatath
hat.
draws upon to fuel her void spar and conduct her unyielding
die
assault
Dominar?
against the
bestimmt.
Sunwell. Join Azeroth's champions and the Void Elves in their quest to understand what powers this storm and
Ja,
stave
deswegen hat
off
die auch
its
verbunden,
approach.
Kilo.
Though much of the world of Midnight lies in the ominous shade of the encroaching void, there is at least one refuge for the weary, the Arcantina. What began as a hidden sanctuary is now a not-so-secret tavern haven for Horde and Alliance alike. A big, cozy space filled by music, chatter, and life. If the void is the bleak and the cold, the Arcantina is its opposite. A warm spark in the heart of every patron. It is a place to gather with friends, find the perfect comfy sitting room, or just soak in the atmosphere of a well-traveled watering hole. As a crossway for people of all kinds, the Arcantina also serves as a source of new adventures. Familiar faces stop by here and there, spinning stories and offering quests that send you far across Azeroth in search of relics of the past. Follow the course they set for you to discover a fresh perspective on familiar locations. Zalatath is determined in her destiny, an unrelenting foe with an army that never sleeps. But you can't live every moment in grim resistance.
Eben.
The Arcantina is always here, should you find yourself in need of a little respite. The mysteries of the origins of the void and the knowledge and power to stop it are not to be found only on the surface. For true deliverance, as always, hides in snarled labyrinths, looming temples, deadly ruins. These delves, dungeons, and raids are the real font of power, the sacred and defiled spaces from which strength is not just earned, but taken.
Ich finde es echt cool, wie das auf ganz Azeroth verteilt ist, weil das tut nochmal so zeigen, wie auch wirklich ganz Azeroth von Midnight betroffen ist, ne?
Located on the Isle of Quel'Danas, Parhelion Plaza is an outdoor delve that drops you into the heart of the defense of the Sunwell. Fight against the surge of the Void's attack by restoring Parhelion's defenses, commanding an artillery of light, ducking into pocket dimensions, and putting down Gladius Slana, a Dominar who uses summoned Voidwalkers as weapons against your stand. Expect to plunge the depths of 9 other delves and one seasonal nemesis delve when Midnight launches. You do not have to face these delves alone. Valera Sanguinar is a powerful new companion with a rogue-minded approach to problem-solving. As a DPS, her killing spree ability has her moving through the shadows to lash out at
kriegen wir
multiple
diesmal, also
enemies.
Fran kommt diesmal
As a
nicht mit,
healer,
oder was?
she uses vampiric reaping to rip away the life force of enemies into orbs you can collect to heal.
Oh no!
And as a tank,
Rudi!
she uses your first mistake to taunt and do damage over time to any enemy that turns their back on her to attack her ally. Valeera is also a prolific provider of poisons that, depending on her role, empower you with more damage, better avoidance,
Warte, ich muss
increased
über
speed,
mein Handy,
and
weil
more.
sonst kann ich habe nur 2 Monitore und ich will nebenbei ein bisschen
Your
WoW spielen.
adventures in Midnight eventually lead you down darker paths, paths that end in overgrown corridors and ruin-stricken relics, forgotten places of powers best left unstirred.
Und Emily.
Yet these dungeons promise plunder worthy of the
Kajak und
peril,
reingestürmt.
should you have the courage to overcome the challenges within.
Dankeschön.
Windrunner Spire, the former residence of the Windrunner family, haunts the skyline of
Kann hier leider keine
Eversong Wood's
Pause
western
drücken, ne?
shore. The strained relationship of its namesake sisters, Varisa, Sylvanas, and Ilaria, imbues its halls with a sullen, spiteful energy. The restless spirits bound to this animosity threaten all who draw near. Among these spirits walks the Windrunner's soul brother, Lirith, who needs your help in quelling this
die haben auch noch einen
restlessness
Bruder?
and clearing his once great home of hate. Serenity, however, is not so easily claimed. There are other forces that seek dominion over this
Hallo,
domain.
Ophelia.
Emberdawn, a fire-colored dragonhawk, claims the dilapidated gardens of the spire as a nest
Schnell
for
zum
her
Tschüss.
young.
Okay, lass dir
She is
schmecken.
fiercely territorial, answering intruders with both talon and flame. The derelict duo comprised of the Banshee Callis and her loyal abomination Latch lead a band of fanatical undead
Okay, alles
in
klar.
a hunt for relics tied to Sylvanas. They meet outside interference with a mix of shadowy magic and brute strength. Commander Krolok, a merciless orc who oversaw countless conquests during the Second War that took Lirith Windrunner's life, stalks the spire with an insatiable bloodlust. Since being slain in vengeance by Ilaria, Krolok knows only torment and the desire to pass it on. The restless heart, a concentrated whirlwind of grief and suffering born from the conflict of the Windrunner sisters, envelops all who remain in turbulent turmoil. This swirling spectre takes the form of a ranger, combining the power of the wind with volleys of arrows to cut down the uninvited. Windrunner Spire was, at one point, a living embodiment of family and of legacy. With the help of Lirith and your allies, you can make it so once more. 7 more dungeons await you in Midnight, each one crawling with the cutthroat and the craven. Magister's Terrace and Murder Row in Eversong Woods, the Den of Nalorak and Mysara Caverns in Zulaman, Blinding Vale in Harandar, and the Voidscar Arena and Nexus Point Zenith in Voidstorm. The most tyrannical antagonists of Azeroth work their dark deeds from within Midnight's 3 new raids. The Void Spire, where 6 bosses hold court over the heart of the Void, and muster against the amassing vanguard of the light as it readies to storm the walls of Xalatath's stronghold. The Dream Rift, where you must join in the hunt for an undreamt god that never should have been, and put down half-birthed abominations that lash out against existence itself. And the march on Quell Danas, an encounter still shrouded by the fog of war beyond the known presence of Beloren, the void-corrupted phoenix, who stakes a ceaseless watch over the entrance to the chambers beyond. The Void threatens to end all of Azeroth, to rend the world in the squall of a black tempest. But the extraordinary power it carries does provide opportunities to those heroes willing to embrace it. Devoured demon hunters bend the Void to their will, ripping Void fragments from their enemies and using them as the power source for cataclysmic spells. They are mid-range damage dealers, armed with a summonable Void Scythe, darting in and out of the fray as they dance on the line between control and chaos. Voidblade and Hungering Slash work in concert, dash into melee range to deliver a series of crushing Void Scythe attacks, then use Vengeful Retreat to escape the enemy's reprisal. You can also start this combo off with a Void-charged The Hunt. Metamorphosis transforms you into a familiar state of cursed power. The more you feed it, the longer it
Das
lasts.
ist jetzt quasi die dritte
Ride the
Skillung
wave
für einen
of
Demon Hunter,
annihilation
oder?
by tearing apart souls
Gab ja bisher
and
nur
staying
2, oder?
alive. Reap is a sweeping scythe attack that consumes
Ja,
all of your
also
soul
der
fragments
Lehren
for one
der
massive
Void Hunter
burst of
quasi.
damage.
Ob die sich das
Use
damals
Void
schon
Ray to
gedacht
cut
haben, als sie
through
den
enemies in
erstellt
a
haben?
straight line and leave them
Das
smoldering.
frage ich mich halt immer.
Collapsing Star channels the immense energy of a dying star, focusing it into one single
Die dem damals
destructive
2
blast.
Skillungen gegeben
The
haben,
more
weil die
you cast
wussten,
it
die
during a
dritte
void
kommt dann zu
metamorphosis,
Midnight.
the stronger it gets. Demon hunters also find themselves with new disciples in Midnight. Void elves are sharpening their warglaives and joining the hunt. Newly awakened to the dire threat of Midnight, the Haranir join the fight for the surface as the next playable allied race. Haranir are deeply entwined with the organic world. Theirs is a culture shaped not by cities or by conquest, but by the roots, the stones, the quiet pulse of the deepest breath of the world. Their armor, their weapons, their skin, all are infused with the inner light of organic power. Even the mightiest primordial predator in Harandar knows to fear the telltale luminescence of a Hananir's markings in the dense jungle brush. They are primal, ferocious hunters, a force of nature unto themselves, who possess the racial ability to travel along the roots of the world, from Harandar to any world tree, or from anywhere back to Harandar. Haranir are versatile warriors who can choose from a wide range of paths, including those of the warrior, hunter, rogue, priest, shaman, mage, warlock, monk, and druid. The last of which has all new forms that reflect the Haranir's unique connection to those hidden parts of the earth.
Ich glaube, das zweite war ein Heilerbaum,
Prey
oder?
is a secret opt-in initiative run
Sah ein
out of
bisschen
Silver
wild
Moon
aus.
City by Astalor Bloodsworn, a blood elf with what some might call a colorful past. Astalor is after one thing: anguish, a powerful magic siphoned from Azeroth's deadliest threats, and he's offering generous compensation to heroes who are courageous or foolhardy enough to go chase it. Astalor's lair in Murder Row is your base of operations for Prey, the place where you pick your targets, track your progress, and collect your rewards, including cosmetics, mounts, titles, and housing items. The deeper you go, the harder the challenges, and the more you unlock. Prey has 3 difficulties. Normal, which serves as an introduction to the system, along with offering plenty of challenge. Hard, where the ambushes get meaner and the encounters more intense. And Nightmare, which is just about the fastest way to gain intimate knowledge of Midnight's many new and scenic
Was
graveyards.
ist das jetzt?
Prey
Ist
can
das
ambush you
was
at any time,
Unendliches, oder was?
whether you're questing, exploring, or minding your own business. Each time you defeat your target, you increase your advantage by tiring them out and buying time to find whatever dark hole they're hiding in. Higher difficulties incorporate torments, personal afflictions that only impact you. Torments cause a wide range of
sowas wie
effects,
die,
like
wie diese
creating an
Echos
AoE
wahrscheinlich
damage
dann.
puddle under recently deceased foes, or haunting you with a bloody spirit that deals
Da
lethal
gab es ja auch
damage when
3
it
verschiedene
catches you.
Schwierigkeiten.
A torment can also manifest in the form of Astalor's impatience, forcing you to make a kill within a specific time limit before Astalor simply extracts his payment from you. Prey targets are all different, and all deadly. Magister Sunbreaker, a disgraced blood elf whose reckless magic is a threat to Silvermoon and everyone near it. High Vindicator Vareem, a zealot who believes the void can only be defeated by covering the entire world in holy flame, and is ready to put that belief to the test. Executor Canius, a sadistic dominar whose primary hobby is murdering anyone foolish enough
Sieht
to
irgendwie aus wie
challenge
so ein
his martial
20 Jahre altes
prowess.
Spiel.
Prey is a way to add excitement, unpredictability, and challenge to your journey through Midnight. But be warned, there's a reason Astalor isn't chasing these targets himself. For those who tread the worn paths and soaring skyways of Azeroth, it is more than a world, more than story, character, or conflict. Azeroth is, and always will be, home. Housing in Midnight is dedicated to that ineffable feeling of being part of something bigger, of something greater, of living a real life as a true part of a real world. Housing in WoW is built to give you boundless self-expression in the place you call yours. Collect hundreds of decorations and dive deep on customization.
Oh Gott,
Place,
das wird
rotate,
viel Arbeit,
scale,
Leute.
and move items to your heart's content.
Weihnachtsbaum!
This is more than changing a coat of paint
What?
or choosing a different picture frame. It's a sandbox for your imagination. World of Warcraft has over 2 decades of content, and the time you've spent in Azeroth over the years will yield a bounty of housing rewards. Milestones like completing your Legion Order Hall campaign or finishing completionist achievements like Back to the Beyond will award housing items post facto. You'll also earn decor through dungeons and raids,
Geht das?
reputation vendors,
Ja, du
achievements,
transmogst einmal in
quest
3
lines,
Jahren.
housing
Na und?
endeavors, the auction
Da
house,
konntest du dafür rein...
holidays and live events,
What?
and crafting.
Hallo?
All professions
Du hast
from
mich schon
all
noch nie ein Haus
expansions
bauen
can
sehen.
craft decor. Search the world for lumber, a new gathering resource, and use it to craft decorations that can be bought and sold on the auction house.
Ja, das
Many
sind die, die man
housing-specific
für
items
mit
can be
Berufen
dyed,
herstellt.
giving you greater control of the finer details of decorating.
Man kann sogar die
Imagine
Farben
your dream
ändern.
home. Collect
Oh
and craft the
my.
decor to bring it to reality. Then tweak it until it is just right. Floor plans are flexible. You can rotate and stack rooms to create multi-floor structures. A variety of room types and shapes are available, including normal squares and rectangles, L and T hallways, as well as some more fantastical configurations. Advanced mode takes the toolset even further, allowing you to adjust each piece of decor exactly as you want.
Wie cool das aussieht.
Rotate, float, scale, and more to make your home a perfect reflection of your taste.
Oh
And
Gott,
that's
ich
just
hatte
the
ja keine Ahnung.
inside.
Ich habe mir zwar schon
The
diese
outside of your
Roomtour
house is
angeguckt,
also
aber wie das
customizable.
hergestellt wird, habe ich
Place
halt
your
noch nie
home how you
gesehen.
want
Hallo
it on
Alexius.
your plot. Add fountains,
Eine Woche wird
statues,
nicht reichen. Du
planters
musst ja
and
das ganze
more.
Zeug farmen.
Change out your windows. Pick the perfect chimney. Add a tower. And
Housing
decide on
wird
the door
ganz
of your
schlimm, ja.
dreams.
Ja, sogar
Exterior
draußen
plots
kannst
also
du...
have the
Oh
same advanced
mein...
mode as interiors for even more
Du
modification.
kannst sogar die Größe
At
verändern.
Midnight's official launch, you'll have a choice between exterior themes based on orcs, humans, blood elves, and night elves. These aren't just skins. They're full architectural styles with unique customization options. Orc homes feature hide rooftops, bonfires, and rugged surfaces.
Okay, dann wird
Human
gekündigt.
homes are rustic, with sturdy stone walls, warm wooden floors, and colorful banners. Level up your house to unlock more flexibility. New rooms and floors, bigger house sizes, increases
Ein
in the number of
Fiebertraum.
spots for decor,
Das-
and more. Every house is in a shared zone known as a neighborhood, where you and others can show off your homes, build community, and participate in rolling challenges to earn housing rewards.
Okay, wir müssen
Neighborhoods
uns schon mal
feature a
überlegen,
wide
wie wir unser
variety of
Dorf dann
biomes,
nennen. Ne?
from spooky forests and coastal plains in Founder's Point to lush oases and windswept bluffs in razor-wind shores. All contain different kinds of plots. Some are secluded and quiet, while others are clustered for the socially vibrant. Your neighborhood is faction-coded in its aesthetics, but not faction-exclusive in its residency. You have the choice between 2 types of neighborhood. Private neighborhoods where guilds or groups of friends can form their own space. Public neighborhoods where you'll find a home among friends you haven't met yet. Private neighborhoods come in 2 varieties.
Ich glaube schon.
Guild neighborhoods, which scale to fit your
Aber
guild
wenn ich es
roster,
richtig
and
verstanden habe,
charter
muss man...
neighborhoods, which are capped at 50 homes and
Also,
are
weil ich habe jetzt keine
perfect for
Mix
tight-knit
gesehen. Man muss sich
communities.
dann wahrscheinlich für einen Stil entscheiden.
Endeavors are monthly neighborhood-wide activities that bring everyone together
Kann
to
ich auch einfach
complete
ein leeres Zelt mit
tasks,
einer Decke
unlock
hinstellen?
themed decorations, and
Wer baut
contribute
neben
to
wem?
helping
Lege
your
bei manchen
neighborhood
Menschen schon mal vor,
evolve.
aber ein Veto ein.
Participate in endeavors to earn house XP and community coupons that give you access to exclusive decor. Above all, housing is designed to help you find your perfect space and transform it to your own fantasy haven. To create your own home, sweet home.
And there you
Das
have
haben
it.
sich unsere Chars
Thank you
verdient.
so much on behalf of the
Ich bin
entire
dann die
World of
Bauaufsicht.
Warcraft
Da
team
zählt dann aber
for
der
joining us for this
Boostgeld-Katalog, ne?
overview of Midnight. And if after what you just saw you can't wait to get your hands on housing, don't worry, because it's coming your way if you have Midnight in early December of this year. Thank you again, and we'll see you in Azeroth.
Epic Battlegrounds. Oh, neuere Lore. Okay, ich habe immer noch nur einen Lore gespielt. Okay, das Transmog-Swapping, das hatten wir ja schon besprochen. Okay, das sind Apex-Talents. Oder Manager. Combat Assistant. Death Recap. Das kann man sich doch aber jetzt auch schon anschauen, woran man gestorben
Friends,
ist.
we hope you've enjoyed this deeper look at Midnight.
Ach,
But
stimmt,
as you can see,
Hero-Talente.
this fight is far from over. The
Nein,
drums of
Alexis,
war
wir spielen
thunder
erst noch
once
The War
again,
Within zu Ende.
and Azeroth needs her champions, now more than ever.
Wie ernst er das rüberbringt, ne? Ich glaube, der braucht uns wirklich.